here's the thing. The market took that as weird as it might sound, that attempt may have made Trump look more like a martyr. He didn't die, but you see what I'm saying. Making an attempt on the president's life, according, and I'm not telling you this from opinion, I'm just showing you, like if we go to predictit.org, you can also see it here. Where's the predict the president? So what we can see here, I looked at this over the weekend while the markets were closed, and what we can see here is that there's a chart somewhere. I want to find the chart. Someone might have it. There it is. Okay, so look at this. The 7-day chart here showed that on Saturday, the probabilities for a Trump victory actually went up, because you just made a lot of people really upset. And when you make people upset, it changes the way they're going to show up for voting. So whether you like him or not, making an attempt on a president's life is one great way to rally their supporters. So the market, in response to this, and this is the long story short why I'm talking about this, because this is not something that I, care to really delve into my strong opinions on or anything, is because it moves the market. The market is reacting by buying the dollar, at least it was, and by buying the stock market. And there's a healthy dose of uncertainty that's been mixed into the whole picture, which is why I think gold is up as well. So there it is. That is my synopsis as to what happened and why. So I think that the markets took that as a, people are going to be upset about this. They're going to be angry about this. And when you get people's emotions tied up, they are going to vote more. That's typically why you see more polarizing people, I feel like. Well, at least in this recent, couple elections, polarizing people make their way to the top of social media, right? It's kind of a weird thing. Are there better candidates than the ones we have? I would say personally, there's, my opinion would be we could have found some better people. But at the end of the day, people who are a little bit more bombastic and exciting to watch typically get a lot more attention. So that's how it goes. All right. All right, so we got minus 6.6. Very, very close to what prediction was. So likely a spike is not going to happen. Again, like I was saying just before that, most of the time, what you're looking for a big volatile move is something that is new information to the market and really exciting one way or the other. So we didn't really get that.
The CAD falling, hopefully. We have the CPI tomorrow for Canada. Then another one for New Zealand on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then another one for Euro, and then another one for UK, and then another one for Japan. So inflation is the word of this week, I think.
Gotcha. Yep. Because you had last time Canada put out their inflation, it was hotter than expected. So we're expecting, I've just pulled it up on the calendar here, we're expecting some cooling in inflation tomorrow from Canada. So that would be interesting to see where they're at in terms of, their progress on inflation, whether they're going to cut interest rates. So you think you prefer the Swiss franc over the Canadian situation?
Well, there is a lot of things I can do in my life. One is to choose currency pairs. So for me, dollar is like weird. Swiss yen's weak. Euro, well, okay, maybe I can choose Euro, but I chose Swissy because it's seasonally supposed to be strong now. Hopefully that works out, and then I'm looking for New Zealand weakness. Hopefully, again, we're going to be lower than expected on CPI. That's going to make market go down because we're then going to be pricing in rate cuts sooner in New Zealand, and it all rains money down my account.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's hope for NZD weakness on that note. Yeah. So this I want to ask you too, Ivan, about the situation that happened this weekend. I was kind of breaking down the post attempt on Trump's life, what it actually
Yep.
did to markets. And
Mm.
what was kind of interesting is, at least what I noticed, is that a lot of sites that track probabilities like odds for election
Mm.
showed a jump in the estimates for Trump winning.
Mhm.
And whether that is, there's many speculations, but a lot of people were kind of like rallied behind that like attempt on his life kind of thing. And
Mhm.
I think it's like martyrdom martyrs 101. They garner
Mhm.
a lot of attention and a lot of
Mhm.
emotions. So the
Mhm.
market, it seems, at least, is reacting to that. Like the stock market jumped up, gold moved up, yields moved up.
Mhm.
And again, like I said, one way that I can kind of confidently look to all the time is the solar ETF, TAN. So I'll show it on my screen just for a second. So TAN is a solar ETF.
Tan.
Yeah, TAN.
Like tan.
Like getting a tan. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And so this ETF has been kind of one to watch for me, just because if Trump is reelected, some of the programs towards clean energy, speculators might say, oh well, that's going to get beaten up. So we see that down 4% here this morning. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on all that?
Market analysis, free trading courses, edge finder data, and special offers. What do these things all have in common? They're all available for you right now inside of our free Discord. You can click the link down in the description below to join the free Discord today and get access to all of this and more. Stay up to date with all the latest trading information and A1 content. And if you want to upgrade to our Gold VIP Discord that features every single trade that Trader Nick and our other professional analysts take, you can find the links for that in the description as well. So don't wait, go check out the free Discord today.
I had a rundown in the VIP a couple of minutes ago. So again, we're going back to my checklist of risk events. So where, who, why, what's the impact? Is there any escalation? So of course, it is a runner for the U.S. president, a former president that has been attempt of assassination. It's a big thing in itself. But does it have an economic impact? Not really. Does it have political impact? To a degree. But it doesn't have an escalation so far. The next thing is that he no longer is here. But we also had assassination successfully, unsuccessfully in the past. It's not a new thing, unfortunately, in the U.S. President election situation. So to me, there's no more escalation. Dollar did rise higher, then came back down again. I said to the members that it is important to know that what drives market is escalations, and that's kind of what you're going to go off, not necessarily the news event in itself. If it happened today, totally different scenario. Dollar would be rising very, very rapidly, very quickly, very high, and then fall down again. So yeah, it happened on Saturday. Market had one day to think about it, and then it didn't really happen anything much.
Yeah, no, it's to your point there. Like if something had gone any differently, it would be a very different day in the markets. That's for sure. Because the question is, I guess, if you get a switch to Trump, what does that do to the markets? And people have differing opinions on this, but I was mentioning earlier that the market is really just one big voting system by itself. I trust the stock market and Forex market. I trust the movements there than I trust the news, because people will always vote the most intelligently and diligently with their money, right? Nobody wants to lose money, so people will drive their money into what they think is going to happen. And so there's a lot of very smart people that are making probability-based decisions in the market. So again, at least today would tell me that the market thinks, whether right or wrong, that a Trump re-election, since the odds jumped at the same time, could be a bullish thing for stocks. One thing that I will tell you right off the bat here, Ivan, is so when we look at the NASDAQ has like the concentration is super heavy on these ginormous, Apples and Microsofts and stuff. And one thing here is that if you get Biden reelected, he's talked about raising corporate tax for the big guys. And again, with leaving thoughts to the side or opinions to the side, that would hurt the income of those ginormous companies. So of course, just from a pure how are the stocks going to react, to me it makes a lot of sense that they would be a little concerned about those huge tax increases, and would be better served in terms of making ginormous more money under Trump. So I don't know, that's the question. I'm not saying that that's what I think should happen. I'm just saying that's kind of how the market seems to be taking it right now. Have we looked at the Fed Watch tool recently? What's the latest on this?
Definitely a rate cut in September, not in July, and maybe another one in November. But it's very close to the election, so it might be delayed until December, right?
Yeah, so you've got by September about a 94.4% chance, at least according to the market, that there will be at least one interest rate cut. And in November, you're looking at a 97.9% chance that they will have cut rates once, but a possible 57.1% chance that they will actually have cut 2 times. So we'll see. Take a look at December even, and now you can see the probabilities even favor 2 rate cuts by the end of the year, just very slightly. So we'll see. Between 1 and 2 is sort of the consensus for now, and we'll have to see where that goes. But very interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that I'm not bashing on gold, but in my reality is that 70% of losses in someone's trading account is if they trade gold, it is gold. And the person apparently traded gold. So just saying that, no hate to gold, but it is it a Widowmaker? Is it? I don't know, can we give it like a sinister name or something?
Widowmaker is a fair one, Ivan. That it is a lot of people have lost a lot of money trading gold. It's the crowd favorite, but you have to be careful with the crowd favorite. I mean, it's one of my favorites too, but I've learned a lot of lessons trying to cheat gold, trying to be too smart, trying to be too aggressive. Gold can be a really great thing to trade, but if you are reckless with it, especially on FX brokers, which have like leveraged contracts on gold, you can blow. That's another misconception about gold. People think gold is volatile. Gold is not volatile relative to certain other things. It is volatile when you have a leveraged FX broker lot size on it. Even a 0.01 is a good, chunk of money that it moves. But in actual percentage basis, it moves typically less than like the NASDAQ or the Russell or something like that. So it is not actually that percentage based volatile. But again, people mess it up real bad because they over leverage, they trade it too aggressively, and gold is just I can't think of a chart that has cost people more money on my channel than gold or maybe US 30. Those two are the culprits.
This journey has been, it still is, right? It is still a challenging journey, right? There's so many things that I'm still finding myself learning when it comes down to the charts itself, right? With me looking at YouTube itself and me just doing my breakdowns and giving my thoughts in general, it's not just me sharing to the audience whatever I want to share to the audience, or Nick said this, so I need to also say this to do whatever, right? Or that trader said something and I also just need to say something. But I actually came to YouTube itself to document myself, right? Documenting my journey as a trader and everything that I am sharing, whether this is my shortcomings whatsoever, those are all me, right? Sharing it to each and every single one of you as well. So my challenges which I have and which I'm sharing on how I'm overcoming them, right? You guys just need to find yourself taking that into consideration, and just do what you need to find yourself doing as well, right? And when it comes to trading itself, that's why I only have 2 pairs on my watch list. I only have the DXY and I only have the NASDAQ on my watch list, simply because previously I had a whole lot of currency pairs as well, right, which I found myself trading. I had GBP USD and AUD USD, which was basically the pairs that I'm mainly focused on as well. But as time went by, I realized that, hey, it's almost like this is gonna be like most probably like a little bit weird, but you know what? It's like being in a relationship, right? Every pair has their own thing. That's just how I look at it.
No, it's true.
And based off NASDAQ, I had an actual system, and I found myself applying it, and I've been sharing it on the channel like for the longest right now, right? And I saw that, okay, NASDAQ is doing A, B, and C, and I found myself just making use of that and just stick with it, right? So I came up with a plan, and every day I just found myself taking a trade, right? 1 trade or 2 trades at max. If I take a loss, cool, I took the loss, right? Nobody inside this market is just taking W's on W's on W's on W's on W's.
Yep.
4 wins. Right? No one. You are gonna find yourself taking losses as well. And just like Nick just said, right? If you take a loss and you do know that you were in the wrong, you took ridiculous risk on your trade, then you are in fault, right? Nobody else should be blamed for it, right? And on this journey, like risk, that is the one thing that you need to find yourself like always taking into consideration, right? Because if you can just risk a little bit and make a little bit as well, you know what? It's all about survival, right? Take the little chunks and just do what you need to find yourself doing.
No, well said, Diego. And that's the thing is, it is a journey, and it is a process just of learning something new each day, something, and like you said, finding what does and doesn't work for each person. I mean, some people just prefer to trade indices, some people prefer trading gold, but there are many things that are applicable to different markets. Professional trading is like a 4+ year degree. It is so difficult to get to that point. And the reason I harp on that message so frequently is because I think people need to hear it. Social media is so full of people telling you how easy trading is, when it is in fact like one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. It is so hard to consistently make money overall in the markets. And drawdowns are incredibly painful. So it's not easy. There are easier ways to make money, trust me. Like, if you're somebody who is like, it's just the learning curve is so much bigger than people think. It was so much bigger than I thought, that's for sure. Anyways, everything is moving like crazy this morning. We were up, 1.3% on the NASDAQ. It ripped to highs, or not to highs, but to today's intraday high. The S&P 500 reached an all-time intraday high. It's giving back some of that, but if it were to close right now, that's an all-time closing high right there. And look at the Dow Jones, guys. This is actually really impressive. We're actually seeing value, SPYV. Value is up 0.5%. SPYG. Is this growth? Yep, growth. Growth's up slightly more. Okay. Anyways, the Dow Jones is killing it today, breaking through the highs. I like this one on a pullback. Now that we've broken this level of resistance, we're confidently above the 40,000 mark on US 30. That is the Dow Jones Industrial. Really crazy. Really crazy. Is using TradingView Replay okay for backtesting? It is, but I think, backtesting with the right platform is really, really important. I have mentioned, and partnered many times with Forex Tester. I think they have a new product that is coming out that I've got video details coming on soon, but I can't speak too much on that. But it's really exciting. And backtesting is what you make out of it. A lot of people cheat their backtesting, right? They don't spend the time, they don't spend hours and hours, and I think it's really necessary. If you don't know anything about backtesting and you're like, what is backtesting? It's basically going back in historical price action and studying your strategy, like practicing your trading, basically. It's like trying to just show up to a basketball game and play like a hero when you've never gone to a practice, right? Like if I went to a basketball game and tried to play basketball in front of a bunch of people, it would be the funniest thing you ever saw because I would look like such an idiot. But if I went to practice, I would still look like an idiot, but I'd look like slightly less of an idiot. That's very comparable to trading. You go to practice a lot and still look slightly less dumb, but still it's hard. So gold is pushing higher. It's definitely a monster mover for me. And July is actually shaping up right now. We're at the halfway point of July. I think I'm up 4% in my account, which is pretty good for me. I know for people who go for more, you go for more. For me, a 4% month is like really big for me because usually I'm shooting for like 2% as an average. Like 2% is a good month. 4% is an excellent month. So I've had a good streak. And most of it has been off the idea that I have kind of been vocal about my thoughts on, I think rate cuts are coming down the pipeline this year. I've mentioned that because, in my positioning as well, right? I'm long technology, XLK, which is the biggest current winner on the account. Gold, GLD. So I'm long gold. That's the second biggest. And I also have silver, a little small position on silver, which is not small, but proportionally it's smaller than my gold trade and XLK trade. And then I have TLT. So TLT is a bond ETF. So I have a couple different trades going right now, and I will be real with you guys. Like as a content creator, I want to take new trades. I want to be more exciting than simply just saying, oh yeah, I got these big winners, I keep running. But like genuinely as like a trader, here's my thing. My goal is obviously to like make the most amount of money I can with taking the least amount of risk possible. So from a trader's perspective, I can say genuinely, like the actual thing I'm supposed to do right now is absolutely nothing. But I'm telling you candidly, like as a content creator, I want to take new trades. I'm taking trades as dangerous. This is dangerous about being a content creator in the trading space. I want to take trades because it's more exciting for content, right? But there's nothing I can do, right? Like I know at the end of the day, my number one goal here is to make money. Trading is, a way that I make money. It is, so that's the thing is I'm like, I have these pressures where I'm like, I want to trade for content. I want to trade for, but sometimes really the best thing you can do is trade nothing. And I know it sounds, it's easy when you have good trades running, but even if I had no trades on sometimes, and this is the most frustrating time, is when I have no trades, but I also know I'm not supposed to take any, right?
Did you know we do a live trading show Monday through Friday with guests from all over the world? To get notified when we go live, click the bell button next to the subscribe button or check in at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have helpful, free content in the description below and on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you tomorrow.